The Equalizer franchise has almost single-handedly proven that Denzel Washington is one of Hollywood's remaining box office bankable stars. Equalizer 3 is still drawing crowds. It is made even more impressive in the context of the SAG-AFTRA strike. Welcome to the Cinema Gold Show. I'm your host, Larry Lace, and on today's episode, we dive into the box office numbers of Labor Day weekend and other headlines from around the industry. But first, a word from our sponsor. This episode is sponsored by Good Ranchers. If you're anything like me, you know that good quality meat makes all the difference in your home-cooked meals. That's why I love Good Ranchers. They deliver 100% American premium meat straight to my doorstep. Since I started using them, my barbecues have gone from great to phenomenal. If you're a foodie or just like a good steak, check out Good Ranchers. It's a game changer for meal times. You can use the link in the description and help support the channel. Before we dive into today's episode, we'd like to remind you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Just search the Cinema Gold Show. And as always, give us a thumbs up if you like our videos, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification button to be notified when we release future videos. So let's dive into today's box office numbers. The Equalizer 3 is the undisputed box office champion of the Labor Day weekend. According to some recent updates, Equalizer 3 is still on track for a $42 million four-day opening to win the weekend. That would make it the second best Labor Day weekend opening behind Marvel's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which earned a massive $94.6 million in 2021. As promoting awareness of new film releases and or TV show premieres has become twice as difficult. That clearly hasn't stopped fans of Washington from knowing that he has a new movie out and showing up in droves to see it. It also doesn't hurt that The Equalizer has become a reliable action franchise for audiences to invest in it. The first Equalizer, back 2014, made $192.3 million on a budget of $60 to $75 million. Equalizer 2 hit many of the same margins, earning $190.4 million on a budget of $60 to $80. The core hook of the franchise is both Denzel Washington's performance as Robert McCall and the Rube Goldberg machine sequences of McCall brutally dispatching his foes with mechanical precision. Both are easy bets for audiences to invest in, as they still seem to be doing. Equalizer 3 seems to be both earning well at the box office and pleasing critics and fans alike. In one review, CNN's Brian Lowry writes that, quote, although the comparison doesn't set the bar terribly high, The Equalizer 3 might be the best in this Denzel Washington series. Not by honoring its TV roots, but rather embracing an old Western formula, specifically Shane. The final chapter thus carries a bit more dramatic heft, while still offering plenty of equalizing to satisfy those hungry for it. The only question now seems to be, will a trilogy really be enough for The Equalizer? Equalizer 3 is now in theaters. A TV series adaptation starring Queen Latifah is now available on Paramount Plus. And if you want to support Paramount Plus and sign up today for your subscription, use the link in the description and you can help support the channel. And of course, our next topic, Disney Plus's Daredevil reboot has been delayed indefinitely. Marvel Studios' upcoming Disney Plus Daredevil Born Again reboot just got delayed indefinitely. The highly anticipated project, which brings back Charlie Cox's Daredevil, Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, was originally expected to debut its 18-episode season in spring 2024. However, over the last few months, it's hit some snags. For one, despite trying to work its way through the WGA strike, the series ended up shutting production down completely. To make matters worse, there's now a second strike to add on top of the first, both of which remain unsolved. For a while, many fans have already started to assume that the streaming series wasn't going to make its original release window. A new report from The Hollywood Reporter revealed that the upcoming MCU series, Daredevil Born Again, was just delayed indefinitely. The show, which was announced with the spring 2024 premiere, has now been taken off of Marvel Studios' upcoming release calendar alongside Ironheart and Wonder Man. If production picks up the start of next year, fans can expect Born Again to be delayed to approximately spring 2025. However, that will all depend on when the studios will finally agree to new contracts with both WGA and SAG-AFTRA to end the strikes. While many fans will understandably be sad to wait longer for Daredevil Born Again at this point, delays for Marvel Studio projects are becoming the norm. Hopefully, when the show does arrive, its quality will be up to par with what fans are expecting, or at the very least, be better than Secret Invasion. Joining Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio in returning to the MCU will be Jon Bernthal's Punisher. Sadly, there's still no concrete words on fans seeing the likes of Kristen Ritter's Jessica Jones or Mike Coulter's Luke Cage anytime soon. In the meantime, fans should expect to see Daredevil pop up briefly in Echo, which was moved from its November release to January 2024. Let us know your thoughts on the delayed Daredevil series. And of course, give us a thumbs up if you like our videos, subscribe to the channel, the bell notification button to be notified of future videos. And now we're going to dive into our next topic, 10 reasons to be excited about the MCU Phase 6, even if you're burned out on Marvel, like me. The Marvel Cinematic Universe might have gone through a rough patch lately, but there are still many reasons for fans to be excited about the MCU Phase 6, even if they're like me and feeling burned out by Marvel. The MCU lived through a golden era during the Infinity Saga, which spanned the MCU phases 1 through 3. After 2019, Avengers Endgame brought together the Avengers, the Guardians of the Galaxy, and more MCU heroes to defeat Thanos. The MCU's Infinity Saga came to a fitting end. Important heroes like Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man and Chris Evans' Captain America dying and becoming old respectively led to a very different MCU chapter starting. The MCU's Phase 4 had the difficult task of following up on the Infinity Saga's finale, and things did not work out as hoped. Marvel Studios started expanding like never before during that Phase 4, thanks to the creation of Disney+, adding series, animation, and special presentations. Marvel Phase 4 movies and TV shows ended up being the most divisive of the franchise, with the project's constant turnout and disappointing overall quality, leading to fans feeling burned out on the MCU, which has seeped into Phase 5. While many might be weary, the MCU's Phase 6 has several reasons for fans to get excited about Marvel again. Starting off at number 10, the MCU Phase 6 is introducing famous Marvel characters again. Phase 4 and the start of Phase 5 introduced many cool Marvel heroes, albeit most are not that well known to the general audience. 2025's Fantastic Four reboot will finally see Marvel Studios take on one of the most iconic teams from the comics. John Krasinski's cameo as a multiversal Reed Richards in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness had fans buzzing on social media, with Fantastic Four being one of Marvel's most anticipated projects. With the recent delays, Mahershala Ali's Blade could end up releasing in Phase 6, making The Vampire Hunter another major introduction that raises excitement for the MCU's Phase 6. The MCU Phase 6 is bringing back team-up movies. One of the most common complaints the MCU has seen recently is that the universe feels aimless without a team-up project bringing together the many different new heroes that have been introduced during Phase 4 and 5. And the MCU veterans. After 2019's Endgame, Phase 6 will finally see another movie for Earth's mightiest heroes, with 2026's Avengers, The Kang Dynasty. Phase 6 will also conclude the multiverse saga with another major team-up, Avengers Secret Wars, in 2027. Not having an Avengers movie hurt Phase 4 and 5. With Phase 6 having 2, fans can get excited about different heroes working together for the first time. Avengers Secret Wars can provide the crossovers fans have dreamed about. Avengers Secret Wars should conclude the multiverse saga in grand style, possibly bringing to life crossovers that have been dreamed about both before and after the MCU came to exist. Spider-Man No Way Home opened that door by featuring Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, and Tom Holland's Spider-Man coming together, and Deadpool 3 sees Hugh Jackman return as Wolverine. Secret Wars could see pre-MCU Marvel stars Maguire and Hugh Jackman interact, as well as having various versions of the X-Men and the Fantastic Four working alongside the MCU's Avengers, which could count with a return from Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man and Evans' Captain America to create the event of Marvel fans' dreams. Number 7, Phase 6 could reboot the MCU. New heroes have been introduced recently to carry the torch for the ones that have left the MCU. However, Secret Wars could end up soft rebooting the MCU, similarly to how the 2015 version of the event did in the comics. This way, Marvel Studios would be able to streamline the MCU, keeping actors that want to continue, such as the upcoming Fantastic Four stars, and introducing the MCU's version of the X-Men in a less convoluted way than would have been necessary without a reboot. Besides, heroes like the original Avengers could be active in the MCU again with new actors in the role, thanks to the reboot. Number 6. Galactus' rumored role in Fantastic Four can fix an 18-year-old Marvel movie mistake. Silver Surfer and Galactus are rumored for the MCU's Fantastic Four. If Galactus is really in the film, then Phase 6 could fix an 18-year-old Marvel movie mistake. The last time that Silver Surfer and Galactus appeared in live action was in the 2007 Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. While Silver Surfer was handled reasonably well, the same cannot be said for Galactus, as the incredibly powerful being did not appear in his well-known humanoid form, rather than showing up a weird cloud that left fans disappointed. With the MCU going even more comic book accurate with its costumes and characters in recent years, Fantastic Four can finally do Galactus right. Number 5, the MCU Phase 6 can address Disney Plus concerns. While Disney Plus was an interesting addition to the MCU, allowing Marvel new formats to flesh out supporting heroes like Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch, and introduce new heroes, Marvel Studios ran into a few big problems. Phase 4 saw the release of 18 projects over 2 years, almost reaching Phase 3's 23 movies. The past turnout of series on Disney Plus has a big part of the blame, with many fans complaining about MCU shows having pacing issues, faulty CGI, and uneven stories. With Marvel now making changes to its Disney Plus releases, Phase 6 can make the most of it, letting projects breathe before they are ready to be released. Number 4, the MCU Phase 6 will set up Marvel's next saga. Phase 1 through 3 saw Thanos' story play out in Marvel's Infinity Saga. Now King the Conqueror and his variants are running rampant in the MCU's multiverse saga, which will run from Phase 4 to 6. With Secret War ending the multiverse saga, Phase 6 will set up the next saga for the franchise, which could end up being the Mutant Saga. After Disney bought Fox, fans have been patiently waiting for the MCU to introduce the X-Men, which could be the focus of the MCU's next saga, with Phase 6 using Deadpool and perhaps Jackman's Multiverse Wolverine to set up the MCU X-Men's debut. Number 3, Armor Wars will put Iron Man's legacy at the MCU's forefront. Secret Invasion set up Rhodey's Armor Wars movie. The Disney Plus series revealed that Don Cheadle's character had been replaced by a Skrull since his accident in Captain America's Civil War, with Secret Invasion director Ali Salim revealing that Marvel told him he had, quote, to make sure that Rhodey's legs don't work for Armor Wars. The MCU's Phase 6 can put Iron Man's legacy back on display. Rhodey, dealing with the time that he had lost, especially not being by Tony's side when he died, is set to lead to an emotional story with War Machine attempting to keep Stark Industries projects from falling into the wrong hands in Armor Wars. Number 2, the MCU Phase 6 unannounced projects could include long-awaited debuts. Phase 6 currently has only 3 announced projects: Fantastic Four, Avengers The Kang Dynasty, and Avengers Secret Wars. With several movies and TV shows still to be announced, Phase 6 could be hiding some long-awaited MCU debuts. One of those is likely Nova, the cosmic hero that could bring Thanos back to the MCU. A Nova series is in development, and a flashback to Thanos' destruction of Xandar could tie up Phase 6 and the Infinity Saga. With Marvel recently releasing Werewolf by Night and Blade being on the way, the rumored MCU Ghost Rider project might debut in Phase 6, opening Marvel's Supernatural corner in a big way. And number 1, the MCU Phase 6 will refocus the franchise. Marvel has suffered criticism recently due to the MCU feeling aimless. Thankfully, the MCU Phase 6 is bound to refocus the franchise. With Phases 4 and 5 introducing several new characters, Phase 6 can pick up the many disconnected heroes and their stories and make them make sense in the MCU's big picture. With the set end goal, Avengers Secret Wars, Phase 6's projects will all have a sense of purpose that should bring back those fans who were let down by the MCU's direction in the last couple of years, providing an exciting lead-up to the end of the multiverse saga that should revitalize the MCU. So let us know in the comments section below. Are you excited about Phase 6? And have you been burned out by Marvel? What was the last Marvel show or movie that you were really excited about? And I hate to address it, but let us know what series or movie disappointed you the most. And of course, if you want to support the channel, you can go ahead and buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/cinemagold. As always, your support helps the channel grow, upgrade our equipment, bring in new hosts, be able to pay them, and hopefully one day take this show on the road. As always, thank you so much for watching and listening. We will see you next time. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you want to see more of our content, check the videos right here. And if you want to see our current movie reviews, check up right here. As always, we'll see you next time.